What's going on, my friends? This is Davis here for the M3 podcast. It's been a while since I've had an episode with Dallas, but he's back. I kind of feel bad because I completely forgot to tell him that I changed the format to every 2 weeks, and the fact that I was also bringing other people on as well. So he was kind of just like, did we just kind of stop doing it? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I was so confused. It's like it hadn't been a while and haven't heard from anyone. So
yeah,
if it was still happening or not.
Well,
we got canceled. Who knows?
Exactly, with all the cancel culture that there is nowadays.
Yeah.
We're back with Dallas. He is normally one of my other main co-hosts between him and Brandon, but recently I've been having other people from other podcasts kind of jump on and stuff like that as well. So what I have done, I was doing it weekly, going back and forth, but I brought it down to bi-weekly, only twice a month, because it was getting a little too much for me, basically. So yeah, that's that for that. That was a weird way of saying that, but what this podcast is talking about movies, games, TV shows, anime, anything kind of media related. And then so basically today we're going to be looking at the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Yeah, I was like, I remember if that was the name. The trailer for that. I was gonna talk about a little bit of some other shows and stuff, and I saw that Total Drama, like the Total Drama series. So originally on Netflix they had just Total Drama Island, which is what I grew up watching, but now they have the entire like world tour, like the entire series on it. So it made me think of like going into nostalgic, like talking about nostalgic shows and stuff like that. So, and then with that, we'll kind of link it into potentially like the new show. There's a new Monsters University. So there was the Monsters Inc. when we were kids. Then it went to Monsters University that came out a couple of years ago. And now it's bringing into a whole new world of the Monsters at Work, I believe it's called. There's a new show coming to Disney Plus to expand on that universe. So we're going to kind of talk about that a little bit. But first, let's catch up a little bit. What's going on?
Well, first off, I just showered. That's why I'm wet. So it's why my hair looks like this. I didn't do a great job, but I just quick rinse because it's 1,000,000 degrees right now. Yeah. I got a pet turtle also.
Ooh. Elaborate.
He's 1.5 years old. He's a Cumberland slider. That's what he is. A Cumberland slider. He's about 6 inches. Maybe 7 inches. He's a male, so he shouldn't grow much bigger. And I got him in the 180 gallon right now with one of my fish. And yeah, he's doing good. He's a cute little turtle, like yay big.
Nice. Right? Is his name Sheldon?
All right. So I wanted to name him Squirtle, like Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah.
When I typed it to my roommate, I accidentally typed in squirrel. It auto-corrected to squirrel.
Yeah.
So now his name is Squirrel.
Squirrel the turtle.
Squirrel the turtle, yeah.
That's hilarious. Have you put him like on his back and seen him get stuck yet?
No. Honestly, I'm trying not to touch him because of salmonella-ish reasons.
Oh,
and he's like an aquatic turtle, so he's usually just swimming around all the time. Like, he's got a basking area with the special lights and stuff, but 90% of the time he's just swimming in the water.
Nice. For myself, I actually was working on basically pretty much all day today. We're working on projects because I officially have an actual paid client for my photography and videography. So
hey, look at that. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Very, very first one. So I was working on one of the videos for that. We went out the other day to the River Valley, took some photos, and it's a guy and a couple people that are like building their own kind of company and everything. So I'm helping them with like the videos and Instagram and stuff, like posts and stuff like that. So finally got a paid photo and video client. That's
pretty good.
That's my biggest news.
Yeah, that's super exciting. I'm super jealous. I've been trying to get more video at the racetrack now that it's reopened.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been trying to go out on Thursdays. There's too much rain last Thursday.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday there's another event, and it was a little pricey. It's like work's still slow because of COVID, so we're not making all the bucks back, right? So we got to take it slow. But
yeah, exactly. It's like this weather lately's been like so bizarre because it's like either downpouring or stupid hot. Like there hasn't been any in between.
Yeah, it sucks. We actually got my roommate. She has a '79 Ranchero. Yeah, so it's basically an El Camino, but Ford made it.
Okay.
So we went out on Sunday or Saturday, one of the days to go grab Saturday to go grab it, and we boiled to death the entire time. It was so hot. But the day before, I'm pretty sure it was lightning and thunderstorms all day. Like, actually, that night it was thunderstorms even too. Like, we can't. It's 1,000 degrees and then just pours rain and sucks.
Yeah, and as you were saying, it's raining. It's raining and thundering for you, and I'm getting it. It's probably gonna happen in the next like few minutes for me. But,
yeah, it's lightening up a bit. It looks like almost. I'm in the basement, so I can't see great. But.
That's what it was before. But yeah, so you were mentioning stuff about like TikTok trends and stuff.
Oh, the biggest one right now is the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight. Though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We gotta touch on that. I know you didn't watch it. Did you catch any of the highlights, the clips, anything like that?
No, the only thing is I saw that it was happening and I just didn't. I got distracted and didn't end up watching it.
All right. Well, first off, like a couple days before the fight, they decided that it's going to be a no-winner fight, just an exhibition. Knockouts and stuff were allowed, but during that 8-round fight, nobody got knocked to the floor even once. Like, there's a couple good hits. Mayweather's like percentage of actually landing the hits was significantly higher than Logan's, but nobody got knocked to the floor. It was really, really disappointing. Like, to all the people who thought Logan was going to get his ass kicked because he's a YouTuber, he did great. And, I don't know.
Well, I think Logan's not just not just a YouTuber. It's like people think like, oh, you're a YouTuber, you sit in front of your computer all day, but like he's putting in, and this is coming from like Joe Rogan. Like, he's putting in actual training and putting in effort to learn to do things properly. It's not just like, oh, let me do vlog or whatever, and watch me get my ass kicked, right? So
yeah, well, he's 3 years of training now with Milt or something. Like, the guy who trains him is a former champion, and he actually just moved to Puerto Rico to actually focus more on boxing and everything, and for less taxes. But the boxing is what he claims to be the big reason. We know it's taxes, but
yeah. Well, it's just I never So no one. So what do you mean no one won? So like if someone got knocked out, then they would have been declared the winner, but it was just until the rounds are done.
Well, if someone would have got knocked down, from my understanding, or knocked out, not knocked down, but knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, the fight would have ended if someone got knocked out, right?
Obviously.
And the guy knocking him out might not have been declared the winner, but he would have obviously been the winner. But yeah, no points, no nothing. It
was literally just to see if Logan could go against someone as skilled as Mayweather.
Exactly.
And
Mayweather. Oh, sorry.
And he survived. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, which is what he loves. And Mayweather said he's not going to do another fight ever again, not even an exhibition, nothing, is what he's come out and said. So we'll have to see. Crazy fact about that guy. So he has like a house in like Miami, and a house in like LA, and a house in like Vegas and stuff. And at every house, he's got like 20 cars, like Ferraris, Lamborghinis, all that fancy stuff. Every house he has, he color coordinates the cars. So every car in Vegas is white. Like, everyone in LA is black. Like, he does that.
Wow.
I know. Imagine having that much money.
Holy shit. Like, I know that he's a professional and you win, like, I guess you win, if you win your fight, you win, like, $10 million. If you lose your fight, it's still like $5 million, for example. I don't know if those are the real numbers, but yeah. So
they've been saying that over his 50 fight undefeated or whatever careers, that he has made over $1 billion in boxing revenue. Plus now he owns a bunch of strip clubs and shit. So
revenue being like not even I'm thinking revenue. I was thinking like merch alone. But yeah, he has money off that type of stuff. Yeah. I
think that McGregor fight he took a couple years ago, he got like $80 million just for the one fight. So.
Just to take the fight. Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't take much to get to that $1 billion mark, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, when you do, you don't think about it, but like when you think the term like billionaire, you think like Jeff Bezos or what's his name, Bill Gates. Like you think like guys like that, but you don't think friggin' fighters.
Well, I don't think he's billionaire. I think a lot of that went to whatever vices he has, but
Well,
he definitely has hundreds of millions of dollars and multiple businesses.
yeah, exactly. In the same realm as like Kanye West. He's not really a rapper anymore. He's more just an entrepreneur and just makes money off of a bunch of other things. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so what were you talking about with like TikTok trends and stuff like that? What?
Okay. So there's new trends I've seen on TikTok, where 90s babies are quizzing the 2001 or 2000 and up babies.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the big ones I saw was, what is on the tape if I show you an orange VHS?
Mm-hmm.
And you and I talked about this prior.
Yeah.
For all you guys who are too young to know, orange VHS tapes were all the Nickelodeon shows. So most of us are going to probably jump to Rugrats.
Rugrats, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Yeah,
exactly. And just, or another one, there's a lot of VHS related ones I've been seeing on TikTok, because I guess they're new to people.
It's a simple thing, it's the simple thing of showing like that era.
Yeah, and same with dial-up.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know dial-up.
What is this tone? Yeah, I've seen that one where people just, one that I saw was literally the kid was born in 92 or 93, and the other kid was born in like 97, and it was that close, and the slightly younger kid still didn't know.
He might have just like not paid attention to, because I was pretty old when we finally got rid of dial-up, to be honest, but my parents are kind of old.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't have Wi-Fi until after high school, and I graduated in 2013, so
wow.
I didn't have Wi-Fi until halfway through the 2010s.
Wow. Okay, that's a little off, but yeah. Back then it was like paid per, like it was so much more expensive in the early 2000s for Wi-Fi. It was more practical just to have a computer and a landline, right?
Yeah.
Compared to now, where it's like unlimited or damn near unlimited for cheaper.
I gotta work on that. I just upped my phone bill again to get more internet. Because I've got unlimited internet, but you get like the first 15 gigs fast or whatever, and then the rest gets slow. And I hate the slow stuff, so I keep upping my plan so I have more and more fast.
Yeah. For what, being like a gamer, or what do you?
No, just my cell phone. Just my cell phone.
Wow. Okay.
I Google stuff a lot. I watch podcasts and audiobooks a lot. So.
Oh, fair enough. No, but like, so another one that I saw, there was parents. It was like talking to their kid, and was make the symbol for talking on the phone. The dad goes like this, but then the kid goes like this, because it was just like, what is this? Because it's a smartphone, because there's no antenna, so it's like.
Well,
what?
I saw the same thing. A kid had a Game Boy, like Color or whatever, and he was touching the screen saying it didn't work. Mm-hmm. Like some little kid on the internet.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I think that one was a little. The one that I saw at least was like a little girl. She was like 5 or something like that. So that's understandable, of course. Like, especially you're used to using a phone.
I guess it's just.
But the funny thing is, have you seen the one where there was a mom, I think, showing her teenage daughter a floppy disk, and just like showing what is this, and it was like, it's the save icon.
Yeah, that's dumb. Oh, I froze.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, you froze. Get that faster internet.
I clicked a thing. It froze me. God damn it. We can keep talking. Audio only. This is just for you now. Yeah,
it's all good. Not many people watching anyway. But yeah, the last one was more an audio only. Anyway, it's so funny listening to like some people that are. But the thing is, it's so weird, because you hear like, oh, you don't know this? How do you not know this? But then you also think about it as like, well, of course they don't know it. It's something you're not like with. You weren't born, so it's not like it's their fault.
Yeah. Yeah, and if your parents are younger too, like if your parents aren't super old fashioned, then you don't learn about a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I remember my dad fixing 8 tracks with like little pieces of like metallic tape, and like. When was the last time you even heard someone talk about 8 tracks?
Yeah, because I've heard like I never had 8 track. I had VHS. Or no, 8 tracks was cassettes. The like
Music, yeah.
music. Yeah, I had the backwards for a second.
It was before cassettes, after records.
Yeah.
But because they had like 8 wheels in them, they used to dry out over time, and as they dried out, the tape would get tight and then break. So you take little pieces of metal tape type stuff, and you could repair it.
Oh, see, yeah,
I don't know.
I had Walkman and Discman, but you're more of an old soul than I am anyway. Even though I'm a little older than you, but you have that more nostalgia, like life in you. And
yeah, I just remember stuff like that.
Well, speaking about nostalgia, on the same trend, I was gonna jump into this other topic here too, because like we're both Canadian, so we both would have grown up. We were around the same age and everything. So I was watching the show I saw on Netflix. It came up on my page, being the Total Drama Island. Did you watch that ever as a kid?
I watched the first season.
Yeah.
And the second, I think Volcano Island was one of them, wasn't it?
Oh, I have no idea. Like I really remember this second
first
season.
2.
Yeah.
The first one I thought was awesome because it was from the creators of 16.
Yeah.
And then the second one I watched, and then by the time the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th seasons came out, I was a little too old.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, me too. But I do definitely remember. Because it was Total Drama Island, and there was the second season was the same on Island. Then it went to World Tour, and I remember when I was a kid, there was a contest to like create a character for Total Drama.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I remember submitting a character, and then when I rewatched Total Drama Island like a year ago, I remember seeing that random like intern is what they called him, that got like launched into like an alligator pit or something like that, and you could actually vote to see who you wanted to win on like Teletoon.com or something.
That's hilarious. I do remember that contest, but the thing I remember most is this was the first cartoon I ever saw that had nudity, but it was always blurred out because like people's tits kept falling out.
Yeah. Or his pants, or Owen, the fat kid, his shorts would always fall off.
Exactly. And there was the little emo girl. I remember that.
Yeah, Gwen.
I'm trying to figure out what all the seasons were called now.
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, World Tour is the furthest that I know.
Oh, okay. Here's what it was. First season was Total Drama Island.
Yeah.
Second one was
Action.
Total Drama Action, and that was the ones I watched, was those 2.
Yeah.
And then I never got World Tour. I never saw Revenge of the Island.
Oh, I never got that far.
And then there's All Stars. Then there's Fakitu Island. And there was a spin-off. There's a couple spin-offs. The Redonkulous Race and Total Drama Rama.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Total
get.
Drama.
What year were these newer ones?
The spin-offs or the new episodes?
Or like the newer episodes, like after.
It says they're still making it.
That's actually not a surprise. Well, it's kind of a surprise, but not at the same time, because like if they have that popularity of that. Of people liking it, there's a competition and everything like that, so I can see it, and it makes its premise and everything. So, and with like Netflix Kids or whatever, it's probably, I wonder if it's even Teletoon or if it's just on Netflix now.
Well, so as of February 17th, 2021, it was renewed for 2 more seasons to be aired on Cartoon Network and HBO Max.
Oh, okay, HBO Max, that makes sense. Because they're the ones that have the Cartoon Network like rights. But well, did you? Yeah, did I kind of got upset at the fact that they stopped making 16. That was definitely one of my shows because like Jude was the best and everything. And I remember watching that show when I was like 12 or 13 and being like, oh, I can't wait to be 16. And then 16 was nothing like the actual 16 show.
I wanted to work at the mall so bad because of that show.
Yeah.
I did end up working at the mall for 2 days, so it's kind of like Jonesy did.
Just got fired instantly.
Well, I quit, but I thought it would have been awesome to work at the mall and have like mall friends and stuff, and but at the big mall, like West End or something, like a huge mall with a water park inside, roller coaster, all that, right?
Well, it's based off of the West End Mall, I do believe.
Yeah. They did the movie with the zombies, which was awesome.
Due to the Living Dead.
Due to the Living Dead. And then they did do a 16 short telling people to go vote. But they did that like a couple years ago.
I was just going to bring that up, and it had to do with, because it had to do with Jonesy wearing a mega hat. And it was like, well, and then they were like, well, we're Canadian. We don't don't vote anyway. Like, I remember, I think that was what, 2018?
Called Vote Dude.
Yeah.
Vote Dude, yeah. It came out on YouTube.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. That was such a good, and when that came out, I was like, oh, does that mean they're renewing the show? If they renewed the show, I would probably at least watch like one season, probably just for that like nostalgia feel or whatever.
You know what I would love? If they would just do like a reunion movie, but like 10, 20 years later or whatever it would be. So they have like kids and shit now.
Yeah. And you just have like but oh my god, like, what was her name? Caitlin? Yeah, her kids would be such brats.
Yeah. She probably would have married some rich guy, shit like that. And like, it came out in 2004.
Yeah.
So.
What other, oh no, go ahead, sorry.
If they did it 20 years later, they could do it in 2024, and that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. No, I was gonna say, what other type of like shows from that era do you really like remember watching?
All right, I got one. Just speaking of the fact that they did a little like that little mini web thing we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Do you remember a show called Zoe 101?
Yes.
So a couple years ago, a couple of the main characters did a like 15-year later like bit. Mm-hmm. So there was an episode of Zoe 101 where there was a time capsule, and in the time capsule, Zoe recorded a video of her like feelings for Chase. Mm-hmm. And in that episode, they say, you can. She tells him, because he tries to dig it up and decides it feels bad about invading her privacy. And she's like, oh, don't worry. You don't have to wait the full 50 years for the time capsule. You can see it in 15 or something. Mm-hmm. So then the one guy goes and digs it up 15 years later, and it's like a thing. It's kind of fun.
No, I remember. I think I remember hearing about that they actually opened it up or whatever. It was an actual thing that the cast came back to rewatch it or see what it was.
Like, Jamie Lynn Spears wasn't in it, who was Zoe 101. Britney Spears is
right. Yeah, right.
Because the show ended because she got pregnant. I don't know how much you remember about this.
No, I didn't know that.
Jamie Lynn Spears in real life got pregnant, so you can't have a show about little fresh 18 college girls if one's got like a big baby bump.
I think they were even younger than. I think it was high school, if I remember correctly. Wasn't it like a specialty high school?
I want to say they were 18.
Oh.
But it was American, right? So you still can't drink or anything at 18.
True. That wouldn't be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say a show that I watched all the time as a kid, which I kind of, even to this day, still occasionally watch, is Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
I watch but it's so much different because the new series of Yu-Gi-Oh is so much different than what it used to be back in the 2000s, and like the game and everything is so different now too. Like it's before, like, and there's even videos on like YouTube and everything. Old school Yu-Gi-Oh, summon a monster, place a trap card, end my turn. New school, I play this card to activate this effect. This card goes in the graveyard. This graveyard effect activates, and then it's just such a like. And I do this, and I attack for game. Like
I have no idea really anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. So
oh,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
okay, fair enough. I'm a nerd. Get this in through your head. Jeez.
But I am looking up this age thing, and the only one I found was Dustin. Remember the like little brother? He was 13 apparently.
Okay.
So that means they were older than 13.
So there, yeah, exactly. I'm pretty.
So
I remember
high school.
Yeah, I think it was like a specialty high school or something like that. Or what about?
It's an Pacific Coast Academy. That's what it's called.
Yeah, so like a specialty high school. I was gonna say.
I forgot about Victoria Justice came from that show.
Never even heard of that one. Victoria.
She's that hot girl that's in like everything now.
That hot girl that's in everything. Way to narrow it down.
Well, she had her own show on like Disney or whatever called Justice or something like that. She's hot. You'd recognize her.
Okay.
Victorious. She had her own show, Victorious. She's in Fun Sized and just a bunch of weird shit like that. She's famous.
Okay.
that was tough to explain. I'm sorry.
I'll Google it later. No, I was gonna say, did you kind of fusing the two things together about like TikTok? The lead actor who played Ned from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
Okay.
He's on TikTok and like playing, basically talking about the show and everything, and apparently he's trying to get like the rights from whatever Nickelodeon or whatever company that had that show, and to bring everyone back to do like again like a 20 years later type thing, to do a life survival guide type thing. Surviving adulthood.
Ned's Declassified Adulthood or something. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. The survival guide to adulting, and which. Do you ever think about it? He's probably I don't know off the top of my head, but he's probably in his like late 20s, early 30. Yeah.
He's born in 91, so he's 30.
So he's or depending on what month, because I'm turning 20, so 29 or 30 depending on what month. Because I'm
March 8th.
Because I'm 90.
March 8th.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he probably is just turned 30 then, because I'm turning 29 in August and I'm 92.
Yeah, so it says March 8th, 91, so.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. He's got 339,000 Instagram subscribers. Oh, he grew up. He looks good now. Mm-hmm. He's got Jesus hair. He wears a cowboy hat a lot. And poses with the American flag behind him a lot.
Huh.
I'm creeping his Instagram.
Oh.
Shit, who is the girl?
I don't remember her name. I don't remember her character's name either.
Oh, Lindsay Shaw. That was her.
Yeah, what was it? Oh, wasn't her name like Mosley? Something like that?
Oh, yeah.
And Cookie was the nerdy kid. That had he had like the cliche like nerdy stuff of a Disney show where he had like a supercomputer like in his like locker or something like that. No, on his like glasses.
Yeah, he flipped it down. He had the little mouse he held.
Yeah. Yeah,
there was Coconut Head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because my favorite guy was the janitor though, who just like helped with everything.
I don't remember the janitor.
Gordy. He like whenever they needed help building or anything and needed an adult, he was the cool adult that came with like all the supplies and shit all the time.
Oh,
whatever they had to do.
Kind of like the bellhop in Zack and Cody, the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Yeah.
Esteban Rodrigo, whatever that 50 names was.
Yeah.
No, he would have been like the custodian guy from Sweet Life. You know, the nerdy guy with the bald hair and wore the glasses? Mm-hmm. Yeah, him. It would have been like that.
The one scene from that movie, or that show that I still remember is Prindle. Do you remember from?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're teaching London Tipton to drive.
Yeah.
I actually met her once.
Oh, really?
What the hell is her name? Oh, what's her real name? Brenda Song. When I was a kid, I went to Disneyland, and she sat on a ride next to me. It was so weird. It had to have been like one of those PR things or whatever. And it was when she wasn't super famous. And she sat down like all proper. She was talking to me. She shook my hand. And I was like a 10-year-old going on a ride. Like, it was super weird that this older girl was sitting there talking to me, shook my hand, introduced herself and stuff. Then, whatever, we did the ride and got off. And I was like, that was so weird. And then it took me a while. And eventually I was like, oh shit, that was London Tipton.
Hot Asian girl. There you go.
Yeah. Well, she has that TV movie she does where she's the hot Asian girl. Like the Kung Fu girl, whatever that's called.
I don't know which one. The only other thing I've seen her in, she had a.
Wendy Wu.
Okay. Nope. Still
No?
doesn't ring a bell.
That's okay.
I know her. She played a small role in. What is it called? It's a firefighter show. It's the firefighter show that's set in the Grey's Anatomy universe.
I have no idea.
It's my mind is blanking.
I will find it for you.
Yeah. But basically all it was is that she played a girl that one of the main characters was dating, and then gets like pregnant, and then there's a whole story of her.
Is it Station 19?
Yes, that one.
All right.
Yeah, and then so basically she gets pregnant and with one of the characters' kids or whatever, and then for some reason instead of keeping her on, they just said that she's gonna leave, like she's leaving the kid and everything because it's a drama show, so they have to make it like that, and then it ends up being part of the story, and I stopped watching that show, but yeah, that's the last thing I can think that she was in.
Yo, so she used to be married to Trace Cyrus, like Miley's one of Miley's brothers.
Okay.
She's fucking right now married or in a relationship and had a child with, it looks like, the Home Alone kid.
Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah!
Already then.
They gave birth to her first child with Culkin, a son named Dakota, on April 5th, 2021.
Oh.
So, they just popped out a little, whatever you want to call that. Fuck, that's crazy.
Macaulay Culkin, he's literally famous for one movie that he did as a kid. I'm sure he's been in other things, and I know he's been in other bit roles and everything, but he hasn't. I know when he went, especially after childhood fame, he went to bad drug use and stuff like that in the 2000s and everything. But he's only famous. He's only known just for Home Alone, which is. How is he still famous after a movie that happened in 94?
He was also Richie Rich, I guess.
Yeah, but he's more known for Home Alone.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. He fucking snagged Brenda Song. I'm jealous.
See, well, that era, I'm more of a Selena Gomez fan, especially from Wizards of Waverly Place before she got into singing and being more known as the pop star that she is.
Yeah, I was into Miley, but I was only into her after she shaved her head. When she had that little meltdown, that's when I started to dig her.
When did Miley Cyrus do that? I remember Britney Spears doing it.
Well, she got a super lesbian-looking haircut where the sides were all shaved.
Right. Okay. Yeah. From Wrecking Ball and all that era. Yeah.
See, I was into Avril Lavigne, and then when Miley shaved her head, I switched from Avril to Miley.
Speaking of Avril Lavigne, have you ever heard that conspiracy theory about Avril Lavigne?
Oh, tell me.
So there's the conspiracy theory that because of songs like her early 2001, 2002 of Skater Boy, that style of punk rock, and then goes to weird, like her transition of the style of music. People think there's a conspiracy theory saying that she is actually like she died, and the media just replaced her with someone else that looks similar to her, but to keep the vibe behind, like the money and everything going.
I believe it. That would be hilarious, but I believe it. There's a couple years ago there was a Miley and Cyrus impersonator that was so good and looked so much like Miley Cyrus that Billy Ray actually grabbed a picture with her. Like, imagine seeing someone that looks so much like your daughter that you want to get your picture taken, and you're the celebrity.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
So.
What, like, Billy Ray Cyrus got popular again with
Little Nas X.
Little Nas X.
Whatever, Old Town Road, however that song goes.
Yeah, exactly, which was what, 2018, 2019, something like that?
It was... Yeah, it had to be 19, to be honest. Let's double check. 2019.
That's that's such a random thing, because he was popular, I guess, in like the 90s, 2000s, whatever. Did absolutely nothing, and then comes back with such a big hit, and now is gone again.
It's crazy that him and his daughter were both on top 40s at the same time for different songs.
Oh, that's
I remember thinking that was crazy.
True.
And then, are you into Little Nas X at all?
Nope.
So, well, his music videos all kind of connect so far.
Okay.
So Little Nas X ends off in the Old Town Road or whatever in the Old West. And then there's a little in-between teaser video with Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly dressed in his cowboy thing from the third Back to the Future movie.
Yeah.
And he I can't remember. He has like a one line as Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then the Little Nas X guy goes and like disappears into this Christmas land, and then his next video is that Christmas one.
So keeping it an interconnected story. That's interesting.
Yeah, which I think is awesome. You don't see that.
Yeah, exactly. That shows modern like filmmaking techniques and video creation into just a music video instead of just each thing. So that's actually pretty interesting. Yeah,
it's only a 49-second video, the one that connects the two, but
it's cool. Yeah, it's just that, and using that little like clip, it makes it perfect for something like TikTok, for example. I don't know if it came out, probably is before TikTok was around, but still, it's a way to get like hype behind things, right? Yeah.
Well, it's that video right now on YouTube, on Little Nas X's actual personal YouTube, is 8.5 million views for the 48-second video, and he labeled it as the Origins of Holiday trailer, because the next video after is called Holiday. I like it. I would love to do something like that. Like, be able to have a project of some sort where you can bring back something from way back when. Like, a retro throwback almost, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, even something as simple as like, this is gonna kind of throw over your head a little bit, but in Captain Marvel, there's a scene where she's falling through the sky or whatever, and she lands into a blockbuster. So it's just because it's set in the 90s, so it's just like that little bit of like nostalgia feel or whatever, just for something like that.
Oh yeah, I love those. I love half the VHSs I own right now, or DVDs, are from Blockbuster when they were all going out of business. So they were selling movies for like $1 each. So I got stacks and stacks as they were closing.
What's your? Let's do a quick top. Let's do really simple top 3 of your collection of movies from that collection.
Like the top 3 ones I like the best?
Yeah, of the ones that you bought for that reason, because they're...
Oh, from Blockbuster?
Yeah, from Blockbuster, yeah.
Oh. I would have to look through them honestly because I'd have to remember which ones have all the blue stickers on them and which ones I just own.
Okay, well then just say of your movies that you own, like right now.
I got the Smokey and the Bandit box set, which I love. I got all the Dukes of Hazzard on DVD, which I love. And what other show do I really like? Oh, you know what I just rewatched? I have the Herbie, the original Love Bug box set. I just rewatched that too.
Herbie, like the or Lindsay Lohan movie?
Well, there's 5 of them before they get to the Lindsay Lohan part, but like in the 5th one, Bruce Campbell's the main guy who drives the car.
Oh.
Yeah, you know the horror movie guy? Evil Dead?
Okay, yeah, okay.
The Evil Dead guy with the chainsaw hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the in the 5th movie, he's the main character. And then in the 4 before that, it's oh fuck, I don't remember his name. Jimmy Dean or something like that. Dean Jones, that's who it is.
I like how this is such on your brand that all 3 that you pointed out were all car related things.
Yeah.
As soon as you said Smoking the Bandit, I was thinking him like he's gonna say Dukes of Hazzard next, or
it's true. I have Back to the Future is a good box set too, actually.
Which is still a car related movie.
Yeah, okay, most of my stuff is car related. Like from right where I'm sitting right now, I can see the Herbie movies, Rides, Talladega Nights, Cena, Monster Garage. Remember that old Jesse James show on Discovery?
Vaguely. Oh yeah.
Monster Garage. It was like the whole theme song, just that over and over again. Fast and Furious. What the fuck does that say? I don't know what that says. But yeah, just a bunch of old like Burt Reynolds movies are off to the side too. So
that's funny. And then if you looked at mine, I have the complete set of Game of Thrones, and then let's see, I have most of a few other sitcoms. I have like 21 and 22 Jump Street, and then I have a small amount of the MCU from Iron Man 1 to the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I have, and which again is on brand for me. I have more of the nerdy comic book fantasy stuff.
Yeah, I love car movies. You love comic books. It works out.
Hey, there you go.
You probably have a lot of comic book swag, right?
Not really, actually. Like I have this like Captain America that came from my best friend, all because his wife didn't want him to have it in the main house, and he didn't want to bury it in the basement. And then I have a little manga stuff here, a few comic book stuff in the back. Again, I think part of them were given from that same friend. The movies, I have a couple Spider-Man things. I don't have for the amount of stuff that I talk about and passion for like comics and stuff, I don't have a lot of like stuff for it.
That's fair. I've got tons of model cars for movies. Like right now I can see the Smoking the Bandit Trans Am, Vanishing Point Challenger, John Milner's Deuce Coupe from American Graffiti. Like I could go on. There's too many to name right now, but
I think I think we've talked about this before, but when I think of like nostalgic like cars and like famous cars from like movies and TV shows, one of the first ones for me that comes up is a 70s Chevy Charger. No, what is it? Yeah, I was like Chevy.
Dodge Charger?
No, Chevy. Impala. Sorry, an Impala, not a Charger. So an Impala from Supernatural.
Oh, it's the '67 Impala, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was close. Yeah, I just because I know the fact that it had to be an Impala because it was originally going to be a Mustang, but then the showrunner was like, it has to be an Impala because it has a big enough. Mustang doesn't have a big enough trunk to fit a dead body in it.
Yeah. So I remember that. That's good.
Yeah, there's that, and then the Dukes of Hazzard car. I don't know what type of car it is, but I recognized if I saw it, I would recognize it type thing.
That's '69 Charger.
And then
the Impala might even be a '68. It was a '67 or '68. Very
Sure.
supernatural.
I just know it's a black Impala.
We're gonna fact check this as we continue talking.
And then
Oh, it was a 67. It was a 67. I was right the first time.
ding, ding, ding. There you go. But yeah, there's definitely a couple, but I more think of them as like what they are for the movie, like the DeLorean from Back to the Future, the car, the Ghostbusters car. Heck, I've even seen the I think it's the Volkswagen van that the Scooby-Doo gang drives in. Like,
oh, I have no idea what they do because every movie it has a different vehicle, right? Like they haven't kept it consistent through all the Real People movies.
What? Well, I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not talking about. Well, just in general. But I do believe it's the same type of van that the A-Team drive.
Well, the A-Team had a Chevy Vendura or something like that.
Sure, I just know that it's an old style van. The original, like, what is it, 1960 when Scooby-Doo like first came out.
Yeah, it's a GMC Vendura is the A-Team van. And let me figure out what they claim the other one is. Don't let me stop you. Keep going.
No, that's all I was gonna say. Because yeah, I don't know the actual makes and models of them, but it makes me think of them in shows and movies and stuff like that.
Let's see, Scooby-Doo van. I car movies for me, definitely Herbie when I was a kid was like the big one. But
what kind of car is Lightning McQueen?
He's a not real kind of car. He doesn't even have headlights. Can you call him a car without headlights?
He has sticker headlights, okay?
He does. Well, in the later movies, they actually add headlights to him.
Have you seen that thing where like there's so many people that are really into like deep dives in movies, like more than what I am, have gone into like the like what the fuck is going on with cars, because there's like there's like their windshield is their eyes, and like there's some things that are like, okay, why is this car sentient, this one not? Like a tractor isn't sentient because it's a cow or whatever. And then it's like, and there was a thing saying that like Mater lives in a scrapyard full of other car parts, so it's a pile of dead bodies that he just lives in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the scene from like the very first one where like the Asian girl, like Asian car or whatever, like flashes their headlights, and then there was like they're like flashing them. Like,
yeah, the Miata girl, the Miata twins.
There's so much of a weird like anatomy thing with when people go into the deep dive of those movies.
Well, there was one point on the deep dive of that where they were showing background objects and being like, if this was designed for cars and not people, it would be like this. And they kept proving that things in the background looked like they were designed for people. Mm-hmm. So then they were saying at some point, this world must have had people, and then the people had to have gone extinct. And then people will start connecting it, because, you know, you see
Pixar theory.
Yeah, and you see that Toys R Us, or Toy Story, the delivery truck that's in everything.
The pizza planets.
Yeah. You see that's in cars. So a lot of people are saying, well, in that world, all the humans must have got murdered out by cars or whatever, and then the cars took over. Like, I've seen crazy ones.
Yeah, when you go into the deep dive of the Pixar theory, because it has to do with like people that it's like the future that's connected after like WALL-E, because WALL-E's set in like the far future when there's just so much garbage or whatever, and then the fact that things become sentient or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, and Pizza Planet is in WALL-E too. It's a smashed up car on a spaceship, I think, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even on the planet. It's up there on the ship.
Yeah, the Pizza Planet truck's in almost every Pixar movie. Same thing with A113, I think it is.
Oh, the room that they all learned in or whatever.
Yeah. That's something that's in basically everyone. And then there's like the Lutzo ball is in some movies, not everyone, but somewhere in them. And then there's normally something in one movie that has a clue for what the next movie is going to be. Like,
I didn't know that.
For example, in Finding Nemo, there's the scene in the dentist. There's a kid reading a comic book, and the comic book that he's reading is the original comic of Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles. It's, that's a basic example. There's a lot more, but yeah, if you do any searching on like Easter eggs in Pixar movies or whatever, like there's normally something that kind of connects it in some way
I
to
love
the
that.
next movie.
I love Easter eggs and stuff. I love that kind of stuff. I love throwbacks. How I was wording it before, I should have worded it as Easter eggs, like you said. That's a way better term for what I was trying to describe.
When you're trying to describe what?
Like on the retro throwbacks when I was talking about the Marty McFly thing.
Oh, yeah.
Was if you watch that 48-second video, it starts off, Santa gets thrown out of the saloon bar. Little Nas X picks up the hat, and it's like the Tim Allen, "You're the Santa Claus now" tag and everything. Like, just little Easter eggs like that. That is the term I was trying to think of and couldn't.
Yeah.
It's Easter eggs.
Yeah, the Easter eggs.
Yeah. God, that's good. I need to see that again. Speaking of things that we gotta see, feeling like some Hitman wife Bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna transition to the other thing. Speaking about Disney and Pixar going to another movie, but yeah, let's go your way. We'll watch the trailer and then go from there.
I think that's gonna be a total gem of a movie.
Well, did you see the original Hitman's Bodyguard?
Oh yeah, I loved it. There's not a lot of movies that I just straight up love, and that was one of them. So.
Well, of course, very, very first thing I want to say is, it's been so long since I've seen a movie trailer where there's the actual, like, voiceover guy speaking in it, like...
Yeah, it's like an old school action movie. It's a little bit of storyline, and every scene's boom, 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 pow, 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 like, it's perfect.
Yeah, you get the comedy of Ryan Reynolds, the no fuckery of Samuel L. Jackson, and the sexiness of Salma Hayek. However you pronounce her name.
Plus the villain is that famous guy that was like the dad in Spy Kids, I think. I don't know his name. And then fucking Morgan Freeman's in it somehow. Like,
he's probably gonna be Morgan Freeman, so he's probably gonna be like the boss or something or whatever of some company.
Yeah, or like the FBI boss or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
CIA, whatever it is.
Or just for the hell of it, make him Samuel L. Jackson's father.
That would be funny. Those guys got to be almost the same age, but that'd be funny.
That's the part that would make it funny.
Yeah. It's like, wasn't Alice Cooper Captain Jack Sparrow's dad in the pirate movies?
I didn't know that was Alice Cooper.
I thought it maybe.
I know that's a good. I know that's one of my like. Anyway, but there's this movie, and he's very like it's. The line that got me the most was like, we need the guns and we need boats, and it just reminded me of the line from Deadpool. I need guns. I need all the guns, because it's just so Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, sorry, Keith Richards, not Alice Cooper. Keith Richards, the guy from the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
I mixed up rock stars. I'm sorry.
And you're the one that has the 70s, 80s vibes. You love that type of stuff.
Yeah. I was never a big Rolling Stones fan, I'll be honest. The only song I really like by them is that "You Can't Always Get What You Want" song. That's like the only one that I really love.
I can't even picture any Rolling Stones songs off the top of my head at all. But yeah, so with this, it was so good because it was. I liked like the Ryan Reynolds like comedy of same thing, just kind of like in Deadpool too. How it was like, you in the with us three, or wait, that came out wrong. Like his line of like that came out wrong too. And it was just like in the first Deadpool movie when he said something like, "You'll see that I have hard things too," or something like that.
Or like even the fact they all got shot with the darts, and his face lands right in her butt. I think like face planted her in the ass, so that's awesome.
Oh, 100%. Ryan Reynolds is definitely like the same energy as like Jim Carrey. Like, but still can be like actiony.
Action, yeah.
Where Jim Carrey was like just I guess not say was because he still acts to this day, but like he's just silly. Where Ryan Reynolds is silly and action and like more of a mix compared to, but they're both fucking hilarious.
Ryan Reynolds is like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito mixed together.
But a lot more attractive than what that would look like.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a bunch of old Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger movies because they did stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Twins.
Twins and Junior and like that combination is Ryan Reynolds.
Wouldn't the modern day version of that be more Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson?
Yes.
That'd be
100%.
Yeah.
You nailed it, that. 100%. Except I think Dwayne's a lot funnier than Arnold was.
Well, Arnold was still like learning the language, learning English for crying out loud.
Yeah, but like even in his later movies, he's never really done like he's had a bunch of comedy movies like The Villain and stuff like that.
Turbo Man or what? Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah, but he's never really been a comedic actor.
In comparison to Dwayne Johnson, where he's been like the Tooth Fairy.
Exactly. That's a perfect one. Or even in the other guys, him and the guy like die immediately, jumping off. Let's do this, and then they jump off the building and just.
Yeah, him and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh shit! Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah. And
I knew it was a black guy. I just couldn't remember who.
Yeah, him and Samuel L. Jackson. They play the total badasses, and then they die because they just aim for the bushes, and then yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how they like. I don't know if it's gonna actually happen in the actual movie, but I like how they included Samuel L. Jackson, like his classic motherfucker, in the trailer.
He's got a. Was Snakes on the Plane like where he made that famous?
I think so. These
motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Oh, what is the? Have you ever heard of the? Have ever heard the dubbed version of that for like the Safe for TV?
No.
So it's what is it? I think it's something like, I'm sick and tired of these monkey stuffing snakes off this monkey stuffing plane or something like that. It has some. It's so weird.
That's weird that they had to dub it. It's like.
It's for when it's being played on like a regular TV channel or whatever.
I guess.
Not like HBO or something like that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. When there's a commercial every 2 minutes. So going back to the actual movie trailer, I'm gonna do the same thing as I've done before, but I'm gonna make it a little easier. Let's just go two awesome things and 2 negative things from the trailer.
So the 2 best things I think was that they were like vintage Italian sports car, like all on like chilling on the scenic hill, and they all get shot up with darts. I think that's going to be a very hilarious scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that he seems to be struggling, like he's going through therapy about being a bodyguard, that is going to be a hilarious plot point, I think, through the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. And here, let's make it easy. Just pick 1 negative thing, because I think it's going to be hard for you to find even 2.
1 negative thing? I didn't see the girl from the first movie that he was like in love with. So my heart's out to him there, to his imaginary character. She probably left him again.
I saw Hitman's Bodyguard, but I don't remember it, so that didn't clue into me. But that happens all the time in movies, where it's like, oh, I'm with someone, and then the actor or actress doesn't come back, so they have to find out a plot reason for them that they broke up or whatever.
No, because she's the successful like FBI agent or whatever, I believe, in the first one.
Okay. 2 positive is definitely the Ryan Reynolds comedy from like every scene that he's in, and like what you pointed out too, has like the classic like 80s action to it, but like not over the top. It looks like there may not be the cliche may or may I don't know. I don't. There probably won't be the cliche black SUV chase. There's probably gonna actually be like, but it's gonna be the boats chase instead.
Yeah, it'll have that.
And then negative is that I think the only thing I can think that would potentially be a negative just based off this trailer is the having Morgan Freeman in like the title and then only having like the one scene, so you don't know who he is or what's going on. So it's like it's more not necessarily a plot or anything like that. It's just exactly, just a little like why give me a little more information.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. I'm excited for that one to come out. I probably won't go to theaters because of COVID, and I still hate wearing a mask. But if the mask thing goes away, I'll see that and Fast 9 this year.
Oh, of course.
See 2 movies.
Two movies. Yeah, I'm planning to, with my friends, we're going to finally see Black Widow. That's been delayed freaking 500 times over. We're gonna go see that next month.
And Top Gun. I have to also see Top Gun.
Ooh.
The Top Gun Maverick, that's coming out soon.
I haven't followed that movie since the first trailer dropped, so I don't. I liked Top Gun, but I don't even like have big memories of that movie. It's more of just like I remember I know some of the classic scenes, and I know Highway to the Danger Zone is like nostalgic because of that movie, but
Kenny Loggins, yep.
Yeah. Or so I know that scene. I know like the main dog fight, and I remember the volleyball scene, the slow-mo volleyball scene, and
his friend getting killed in the like ejection, like his seat ejects and hits the glass and he kills himself.
Yeah, but the one thing I would say about the Maverick is I would see it basically once I see another trailer about it to get the hype about it again. But I remember that Tom Cruise did quite a bit of his own actual flying for that movie, so
that's crazy. Good for him.
Because he is a licensed pilot, so
good for him. I am jealous as shit.
Yeah, just make a couple $100 million off of being a famous movie star, and then you'll be able to do it too. I
would love that. I would be the biggest sellout in the world just to get into the guild, the Actors Guild. I would be such a sellout.
When I get a little bit further into my career, I'm going to eventually get into the directors, not the guild, but the directors union, at least. So that's something.
Yeah, fuck. That'll be cool too. So many movies are being filmed here now that I feel like it's actually kind of getting possible for me to be like a random ass extra and stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I still might. I don't know if the casting call is available still anymore, but there was a casting call for southern Alberta. Like, I don't remember the name of the town, but it's near Calgary for the Last of Us movie that's being filmed.
And they were looking for cars. If you had a car from 95 to 03. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna do that, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I would have the time to drive. Like, to drive down would be easy, but taking however many days off of work to do it. But it would potentially be worth it. I don't know. I'm still kind of contemplating if it's even possible to do.
I'd have to redo my whole resume, because the last time I was applying for stuff, I was trying to get on the Disney Channel. I was short hair, always fresh shaved. I'm not that person anymore, so I'd have to get all new headshots, and I have no experience. My resume looks horrible now because all of my resume was high school acting and shit, right? So there's a big age gap now, or a big gap in years.
Well,
I've been in a music video.
I don't have any actual acting experience. I've been in the background of a music video that I helped kind of put together. And I was a background actor for a short film here in Edmonton. That's it, really. So you technically have more experience than I do. But as an actor, as a background actor, I don't think you need a whole lot of experience. You probably just have to know, okay, go when I say go, walk, sit, do whatever, pretend you're talking, or whatever the scene may be.
Yeah. I gotta figure out what they're looking for extras. They were like, like those characters that have one line. Honestly, the guys that always have one line in a movie, it's hardly ever the generic, like, short trimmed hair, you know how every guy basically looks the same? They have the normal haircut and the little beard and everything. It's never the extras. It's always like the greasy old man or like the drunk homeless dude with the big mustache. Those are always the guys that get the one-liners that I see.
Well, Terry Crews got one of his first kind of speaking roles from something like that as well, because he was originally a bodyguard for some big name. I don't remember who. But then, he got like a background role, and he got to be one little speaking line in some movie. Oh, I think it was it. And then one of his most famous ones is being like Cheeseburger Eddie in The Longest Yard, being baby back bitch. That was one of his biggest kind of like one-liners. Yeah, exactly. And then he kind of got more from something like that. He got a little more recognized here and there, and then kind of blew up from him. So it's possible.
Yeah, I want to take some like new acting classes or something now though, because it's been so long.
I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of acting and stuff, but I'm more focusing on my career behind the camera. I want to be like DOP, like a director. That's more my goal. But if I end up doing that, then I'll be something like myself, and I will throw myself in front of like a random scene here and there, like Kevin Smith.
Yeah. It'd be, I don't know. I want to get into it.
Yeah.
Well, I might apply for the. There's the two stuntman associations. I might try to apply with my like race car experience, see if I can be a stunt driver. Ooh. Probably not.
Are you skilled enough to do like J turns and?
Oh yeah, I used to do that all the time, and like I competed for years too in drifting, and drifting is basically everything you see in movies, just combined, right? So.
Yeah, and then there you go. You'll be a stunt driver for Fast and Furious 27.
That would be cool. The problem with that is the old guys, they don't age out of cars. They're like all the old stuntmen, they start with falling off horses, skydiving, all that stupid stuff. As they get older, all they can do is the car stuff. So a lot of them phase into the car roles as they grow up. So
what you have to do then is learn how to take a fall and become an actual stunt person and go from there.
Martial arts. That's last time I looked it up. The tips, like, because when I was younger, I looked up a lot. One of the guys I talked to, the tips he had was stay in great shape, learn some sort of martial arts, learn to ride a motorcycle, and don't be afraid of heights.
Yeah, exactly. And then you learn proper ways of falling to like land on your side, land on your leg, brace your arm. It's the job of the stunt person to make the actor look good. So you just have to know to turn your face away from the camera or whatever, which would eventually come with time. But that's life.
Unless computers destroy stunt work permanently, but
we'll see how that goes. With how advanced CG and everything's coming, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Hopefully not.
Not quite yet. It's not that advanced. It's good. It's definitely not that good.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's where we will end it for tonight, because I don't really care about the other topic. This was more fun. It was more.
Yeah.
Good chat. Exactly. So let's see let's go a YouTube outro just for the hell of it. Let's add a comment below or tweet me some of your favorite fight scenes and scenes where people have done crazy fight scenes and there's fight choreography or driving choreography, or complete opposite and some of the not so great fight choreography or anything like that. So let's get a prompt for some comments for anyone that's on YouTube, and if not, just send me a message on Twitter if you're listening on any of the listening platforms. But
I want to know what your first orange tape was. Your first orange VHS.
If anyone
Bring
knows
that
what that
too,
is,
too.
if anyone knows what that is, let us know. Send us a message on Twitter or on the comment section below.
You know what? If an orange VHS brings you back memories of your childhood, just give this video a like. That's all you have to do.
There you
Just
go.
like it.
Alrighty then. Thanks for having the chat there, Dallas. And
No problem.
I don't.
Dallas Drifts on all social media, so make sure you follow me. Gotta follow that on Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Throw your plugs in.
I gotta get that in. I gotta grow my page. I'm like stuck at like 2,200 on Facebook.
Hey, you're doing still a whole lot better than me. Alrighty then. We will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.